All right, y'all. So, what's up? It's me, Samantha Portia, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. So, as I stated with you guys on my other platforms, this is going to be an extensive, in-depth video and breakdown of the BET Awards. Let's get into it. So, firstly, I just want to get into the whole synopsis of what the show basically included. So the show was two separate tributes with an award ceremony and with performances, obviously mixed through together or whatever. I broke them down in sections so I can explain to you guys how I felt about each section and let you guys know what I thought about it and everything like that. So if you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you guys don't miss a video. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was the fact that T.I. opened the show. Like I said in my videos, I know that T.I. is T.I. T.I. is the king of Atlanta and everything like that. However, me knowing that an opening act pretty much sets the tone of the show, and if we're thinking in terms of concert, right, like people who are the opening act usually aren't like an artist that you know, like that's an opportunity for you to showcase a new artist or whatever. Now, granted, I do know that this is the BET Awards, so obviously they want to open up with someone who is familiar, that people know right off the bat. I just didn't think that y'all would be picking T.I. That's just how I felt about it, okay? He did a couple of songs, you know, he had his son up there, and then we had Kehlani. Kehlani came up, she looked great. Her hair was beautiful, she had on a really nice dress. However, Kehlani has this really great song out right now. And as beautiful as she looked in this beautiful red flowy gown, she didn't do nothing. It was like watching a fight with a person who just keeps getting hit that refuses to defend themselves. And like I'm on the sideline screaming, pinch her, slap her, do something. And she just wasn't doing anything. She just stood up there on the platform like one of my Barbies on my Bratz doll. She just was standing there. I have them folded, you know, and it was just like, okay, I don't know where you think you're at exactly right now. Now, granted, I'm not no singer or no performer, so I can't get up there and do no better. But as a viewer, I'm just giving my opinion, okay? It's such a great song, and it's already a breakup song that's on a monotone, like kind of wavelength. But the original song is on like more of an up-tempo-ish kind of like beat, although it's a monotone breakup song, right? Now your video, you in the video doing the things. You're in the video working it and doing all of the stuff. I just assumed that you would take a page out of Beyonce's book, right? Although your song is doing so great in numbers and this, that, and the other, whatever, this is not a valid moment. This is a moment for me to showcase my dancing abilities and my singing abilities as you did in the video, although you wasn't singing live. However, this was that moment. This was the moment, because the video itself gives me a Beyonce freakum dress moment. That's what the video is. So you expect to see the glitz and the glam. But she went up there and she gave us a version of Beyonce. She gave us ballad Beyonce, but I don't know. I don't know what it was about. I just expected something differently. The only thing that moved during that performance was the wings on the backdrop. They caught fire and all that. That was the only thing that moved on the stage when Kehlani performed. That was it. They also had another performer by the name of, I think his name is Don Oliver, I believe. He sung the Highway song or whatever. I liked his stage. His stage looked nice. I thought the whole setup was nice. That was entertaining. It was something to look at or whatever. Everybody else was giving ballads, taking us to church, putting us to sleep. Everybody else. And it wasn't until Cardi B got on the stage and started doing her stuff. Mama had the stripper pole. Mama had the motorbike. Mama had the backdrop, the lights, the dancers. She had everything on there, right? And she wouldn't even have no clothes on. You know, protect the children, by the way. She ain't had no clothes on, whatever. So, but she was the only one before the other people that gave us something like a like a show, like, oh, okay, like, she was all across the stage like a gladiator. Y'all ever seen that show, the Gladiator, like, little thing where they have to jump over stuff, like, she was like one of those, like, she was all over the stage. That was like a workout. Okay. And I thought that she gave energy. She had energy in her performance. Tems, the beautiful girl that she is, the songstress that she is. I'm watching her and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, this is a siren, a mermaid reincarnated right before our eyes. She just, I love to perform. The color scheme of the stage, the color scheme of everything. She looked beautiful. That hair, the makeup, the backdrop, the sparkles that came down. The dancers swayed the way that Kehlani's dress was supposed to be swaying. Her hair was supposed to be swaying the way that them dancers, them backup singers was swaying. Kehlani didn't do that. Now that, because Tems took a page, in my opinion, out of Beyonce's ballad book. Now, if you're going to do a ballad, do it like that. Do it like that. Do it like that. So, yes, I really, really thoroughly enjoyed Tems' performance. Ray performed, she reminds me of Amy Winehouse. That's who she reminds me of. I enjoyed Baby Keem. I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed his stage concept, and his aesthetic that he had going on. And that, the girl that he was singing with, I don't know who her name is yet, but she was beautiful. And I loved that, like, what they had going on. The only thing that kind of threw me off was the way he was looking at the camera. That was just kind of like, what's going on here? And then French Montana, Max B, and Rick Ross also performed. Yeah. So these tributes, okay, so like I said, there were two different tributes. There was a tribute for D'Angelo, and there was a tribute for Lauryn Hill. That D'Angelo tribute, his kids was there also and was involved in that. I don't know what it was about. It was so much going on. I had to ask my boyfriend, well, wait, are they singing his songs? Because I thought that it was a tribute, but I thought that the people were just coming up there singing their own songs. I never would have guessed they were singing D'Angelo songs, but they were. Ari Lennox looked really nice. So I'm gonna tell you guys in a breakdown who all pretty much was in that tribute. Ari Lennox, she looked nice. Ray came up there for the second time. She did a solo performance, but she also was included into the D'Angelo tribute. I don't know if she changed, and if she did change, her outfits did look similar to each other. But this was the second time that she was on stage, and my boyfriend was like, she didn't have no shoes on. Personally, I think that was like a spiritual thing for her per se. I think she wanted to ground herself to the earth as best as possible during her performance. So I think that that's what the no shoes thing was about for her during her performance. But she was there. And it was like a whole bunch of other people. Durad Benar. I'm not sure if I'm saying their names properly, so please don't crucify me. George Clinton, BJ in Chicago, Kid KWN, and Kenny Aiko they all did like a performance. See, this is when the stage started getting busy. You see how I was reading the names off? That's literally what it was giving, because it was, oh, okay, Ari Lennox. Oh, she looks nice. She's beautiful. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay, this is her again. And then it just started, the people just started coming out and singing the song, and nobody was leaving stage. Everybody just was, they did their numbers and they sat them down in the back on the stage or whatever. That's what they did. So the stage got very, 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 very busy. And yeah, they had this guy. I'm not sure who he is, but I'm pretty sure people know who he is because he's on the BET stage, right? He was the one in the black, white, and red muumuu, and he was just screaming, just screaming and stuff. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Like, that's how I felt with that tribute. What's happening? So, yeah, hey, don't do no tributes for me if that's what y'all gonna do. Y'all, let's get into these awards before I get into the second tribute, okay? So, these awards, the first one I'm gonna start with is Kehlani. And I'm gonna do the awards and stuff and do it this way because I wanna do the awards in the speeches that they gave. So Kehlani got her award. I wanna say she held her award, but I don't think she did. But yeah, she got her award, and literally I know she was tired because she had just did that performance of Standing Still. But she had to rush and go change into her award accepting look. So I think that's why she was tired. But the speech just gave tired. It did give authentic. Like, this is her just really giving like a speech of gratitude and not reading from a teleprompter like 99% of the people were doing, right, with these speeches. And so to me, I would say that seems authentic. However, it just kind of gave, oh yeah, thank you. I don't even know what to say, but I love everybody. Thank y'all. You know, it's just kind of like that. And BET camera people are not, they are shady. Because as soon as they said that, right, obviously they're going to put the camera onto the nominees to get their reaction. And they put the camera onto Mariah the Scientist. And when they did, she was in the process of turning her head and rolling her eyes like, girl. Like, so I don't know what that was about, but let's be honest. We all know that they get that phone call that they're winning an award, which is why they have these dresses. They have 2 separate looks. They have this, but to regular people, to regular viewers, y'all are gonna assume that they didn't know they were getting the award. They knew, okay. Cardi B got her award. Her hair looked really nice. She got Best Female Rapper of the Year. Kendrick Lamar got Best Male Rapper of the Year. Leon Thomas got R&B Pop Male Artist of the Year. And best group was Clips. New artist was Olivia Dean. Video of the year was, of course, Kehlani, but Kehlani should have brought the energy that she brought in that video to the BET 2026 year. That's what she should have done, in my opinion. I digress. Gospel was Lecrae. Killer Mike, T.I. for Headphones. Never heard that song. I don't know what that's about. Best Her, which this is a female category. Just, I don't know. I guess that's what that means. Best Her. That's all it said. Best Her. And Doechii and SZA received that award. I thought theirs was really cute. I thought it was uh, deserving, and it fit. What I did not care for was when Drewski said that, you know, if these speeches start to get long-winded, the saxophone's going to start playing. That man didn't play the saxophone or nobody else except for when these black women were on the stage bigging each other up and like, yeah, girl, no, you're my hero. No, you're my hero. No, we did it together, and showing love to each other. Then the saxophone started playing by a man. So I thought that was misogynistic, and I don't know what the people feel about that yet. I have yet to touch the internet on that aspect to see what people are saying, but that stood out to me. So yeah, I just thought that that was weird, but yeah, SZA also pointed that out too. So if you haven't watched the show, watch it and you'll see what she said or had to say about it. So yeah, Icon of the Year was by Tiana Taylor. I enjoyed her speech. And I feel like her speech was really cute. Although she was reading from a teleprompter, I do feel like her speech was authentic. I feel like it was something that she wrote and then, you know, had them put on the teleprompter for her to read. Because my girlfriend pulled out her glasses, okay? And she even gave us a Janet Jackson walk. Hello. So yeah, I enjoyed Tiana Taylor's acceptance speech. Best movie of the year was Sinners. Male sports was Jolin Brunis, and I don't know if I said his name right. I don't even know who that is. I'm just giving you the rundown. And best female sports of the year was Aja Wilson. Okay, so those were pretty much the awards. There was another lady, because you know BT always give one of their people who work for the company or the organization, they always give them an award. But there was this lady who received an award, and I really enjoyed her speech because in so many words, she was saying that she does what she does so that artists can have the freedom of creativity for their music, right? And pretty much so much saying to pass the torch along, pretty much leaving a space or creating a space for new artists to come in with creative freedom to be able to express themselves musically on the platform of BET or whatever and stuff like that. So pretty much she is the one who signs all of the people, the Missy Elliott's, the Busta Rhymes, and all the people, the Waynes. She signs them, I guess. She signs the artists. Didn't really know who she was. Never seen her before or heard of her a day in my life. But they had a whole bunch of pictures of her with these artists, so she's somebody. So yeah, that was the synopsis of the awards accepting part. The tribute to Lauryn Hill. I thoroughly enjoyed that tribute because not only was it so many different hits, and these were songs, because you ever see a person get an award or notice or acknowledgement and they play their catalog, and it's like, you know some of the songs but you don't know all of the songs. But with Lauryn Hill, I knew the songs, okay? I knew all of, like, every song that all the people was singing. I think it was only one song that I didn't know, but all of the other songs, I knew the songs. And I was just like, oh, okay. And the way that the artist approached these songs, these covers for Lauryn Hill, her reactions to the people doing the covers to her songs, I loved it. It was great. So during her tribute, it was a fraction of the people that was in the D'Angelo performance. A fraction. Nas and Doja Cat performed together. Queen Latifah performed with somebody else. I know who this person is. I just can't think of who the person is, like their names. SZA and Doechii performed together. Lizzo and Rhapsody performed together. I didn't really care for Lizzo's part. I didn't care for Lizzo's hair. I'ma just leave that alone. The War Treaty performed, and then Lauryn Hill's children performed. And Lauryn Hill's daughter pretty much got up there and was like, Mom, this is for you, only for you. basically like, I don't care if y'all don't think I can sing. I thought she sung. She surpassed my expectations for an artist child, giving them a tribute. She was able to carry the note in so many words, is what I'm saying. Like, all her kids, all the ones that performed up there, they all had some sort of musical talent. I enjoyed that segment of the show. Now, Lauryn Hill herself got up there and performed, okay? And I loved it. I really loved it because it showed, not only did she accept the award, but she shows you why she's deserving for the award. Right. But this tribute quickly reminded me as to why this is valid. I feel like her speech was needed, although half of the audience in there was probably drunk or high, and I don't think the message got or hit the nerve that it should have, because that was a room full of Now That's TV and a whole lot of what's the other one? Now That's TV people and what's the other one where they be fighting? Y'all know what I'm saying. But I feel like it was just a whole bunch of those people in there. Nobody really was recognizable in the crowd. And they had this one girl they kept showing, or wherever she was sitting, she was being seen. They had just a mouthful of those grills in a gown. Like, I don't know. My boyfriend didn't like that. He just kept talking about it. Like, he did not like that. But yeah, she was there. I'm pretty sure we'll find out who she is. She's probably like a new artist, new up and coming artist or something like that. But yeah. All in all, I feel like the tributes is really what made the award show. And this is why I really don't do BET, because once they sold BET from us, it's not us, it's not for us anymore. It's for us, but it's not by us. Once the other people got their hands on it, BET award shows have never been the same. The music already is not the same. And I know things change, artists change, styles change and all that, but things do recycle too, which is why you have a lot of artists who y'all feel like are doing new things, but they're just doing what y'all consider to be new on old things. Why you have so many artists sampling songs, older songs. Everybody's song now is a sample. Everybody's song is a sample of something old. So is it new? Is it really new? You know, I'm gonna leave that for y'all in the comments to answer. But to me, I just don't personally feel like if you're sampling something, I don't feel like that's new. I feel like it's a different version, but I don't feel like it's new. So that was it. And then the Drewski, I felt like I had higher expectations. I felt like it was going to be much more funnier than it was. I feel like a lot of the skits that were being done were things that was recycled. I feel like they were recycled skits of his most viral things, except the whole Erica Kurt impersonation. Now, had he did that, he would have woke the crowd up, okay? And also, I am so sick and tired. Every time y'all bring up Martin Lawrence or Tyler Perry, everybody's saying the same thing. Y'all don't say nothing different. Well, you gonna put me in a Big Mama movie? Well, you gonna put me in a Madea movie? Well, you gonna put me in a... They're tired of hearing it. And you can see the look on Martin's face. He's tired of hearing it. Tired of it, okay? Now, going back to Drewski's skits, I don't know if it was for the functionality of the show to keep things just moving on along, but I feel like a lot of the looks or the impersonations that he was doing, they were not really like how it was with the videos. And maybe that type of talent only works in videos, or only works for like viral moments, or only works for film and not live TV. So that could be one of the things, you know, who knows. But let me know in the comments section if you guys felt the same sentiments that I felt when it came down to Drewski hosting the show. I feel like the highlight of his hosting was when he walked up to Keke Palmer, and Keke Palmer was like, BT, what y'all doing? This should have been my show. And then she introduced the next performer. I feel like that brought the personality to, that made the crowd laugh. That had everybody, you get what I'm saying? Like, everything else was just kind of like, I think people were laughing because it's Drewski, or like, you know, I don't know. But yeah, guys, this is why I really don't do the BET Awards, because again, they advertise this stuff to us, and then they're advertising and promoting brands and products that have negative connotations within our community, or trying to redeem themselves within our community. And they're using the BET Award as a platform because it's black and black people go watch it, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't know. But I've been done with BET Awards a long time ago. But it was refreshing to watch the show because I actually got to see a lot of the people who I grew up watching, and who I felt made the show what the show was. And now they are all icons, getting awards and giving tributes to icons. So watching Lauryn Hill receive her Icon Award, which, by the way, she was the only artist who held her award, showing humility to the organization and the fans by holding her award and not telling her assistant or PR, hold this for me. She held her award, and she gave thanks, gratitude, and showed appreciation for the award. Everybody else did differently, you know. So times change, people change. So hey, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think of the whole spiel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you guys are following me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.